let's start with, as we always should, where we are in the story. This is a depiction of the tabernacle, which is the structure that was just built at the end of the book of Exodus. And we're not turning to something new when we get to Leviticus. We are picking up directly from the construction of the tabernacle and the climax of the end of Exodus, which is God coming down and dwelling in this structure. And when I say we're not starting something new, I really mean it. Leviticus actually, I think, picks up mid-sentence from the end of Exodus. So we're right in the same thing. God has just come down, dwelt, taken up residence in this tabernacle, which means that the tabernacle is God's home. God is literally dwelling in it. And for us as contemporary readers, it will be helpful over the course of this session and probably future ones as well, good to remember that the metaphor of the divine home is going to be really useful for understanding everything that's going on here. So I want us to keep in mind all throughout the idea that everything we're talking about has to do with God's home. But I also want to be clear that what I said metaphor, it's a metaphor for us, because that's, we don't think of God as literally dwelling in a home. But for them, it wasn't a metaphor. For them, God literally physically took up residence in this space, and that is partly why it's so important. In fact, for the text, in the world of the text, this is potentially the most important material in maybe the entire Hebrew Bible. And how do I know that? Because I'm employing what I think of as sort of this golden ratio of text to time, which is to say, from Leviticus 1 through Numbers 10, which is when Israel departs from Sinai, is a 1.5 entire books of the Bible, 1.5 books, but it only covers 50 days of time within the narrative itself. Now think about this, from Genesis 1 through Exodus 40, that's thousands and thousands of years of narrative time. And here we've got 50 days in a whole book and a half. That's where the text slows down. That's where the text is saying, this is important, pay attention.